Hello there. Welcome back to Mathematical Literacy. In this video, we want to look at a question on tables, graphs, and equations, whereby we are going to look at question 4.2. Our question reads, the bus that Morgan travels on can accommodate a maximum of 65 passengers. The table below shows the relationship between the number of passengers on the bus and the total fare, that is amount of money paid to the driver of the bus. So we are given table 3, and that is number of passengers in total amount. So you got a row for number of passengers, and also you got a row for total fare and rent. So on our question part, first part it reads calculate the value of A. So you are having your A here. So we are supposed to calculate the value of A. So you see that calculate the value of A, you're only given a number of passengers, so you need to find the fare per passenger, then you multiply it by the number of passengers to get a total fare rate. So to calculate the fare per passenger, you can just look for this first pair that we have here, which is having total fare rate 68 rands, and then we've got number of passengers 10. So to get the fare per passenger, you are going just simply going to say 68, and then you divide by 10. So obviously, if you divide by 10, the answer that you're going to get is going to be 680. That's the fare per passenger. So the same applies to the pair that you are using here. If you say 136 divided by 20, you also get the same fare per rand, which is 6.80. So now to get your A, you're not going to say your 6.80 for 25 passengers. So all the other section, we are just going to present it as such, whereby first of all, you're going to say 68 divided by 10 to get the fare pay and the fare per passenger. So and then the other that we are supposed to get now becomes 6.80 cents. And then now to get your A down, your A becomes 25 times 6.80. Then if you multiply correctly there, your A becomes 170 rands. So basically this becomes your final answer. So that is what we have on that part. So moving on to the next question, it needs us to calculate B, where we are having our B, which needs us to calculate the number of passengers given a total fare rate of 238. So the same applies. We are just going to say, if you say B times 680, you're going to get a 238. So we can just present it as such, whereby now to calculate our B, we are saying B, if we say 680 times B, times your B, you get your answer is 238 rands. So basically, this is what you have. So now to calculate your B, now you just make the sum of the formula, where it becomes B is equals to 238 divided by 6 rand 8 cents. So you'll see that we divide by 680 cents both sides, it will remain as B is equals to 238 divided by 680 cents, whereby B now becomes, if you divide correctly, your B will become 35. So basically, this is what we have for is the calculation of P. So moving on to the next question that we have, it reads, use the set of x's drawn on the attached answer sheet to draw a graph that illustrates the relationship between the number of passengers and the total fare in rand. So we have information that we're given in the table that we need to present in a graph. So for us to present the graph, we are just supposed to plot 3 points according to what we are given in the table. And when we plot the 3 points, we can then join them with a straight line. So this is what we have. So on the first point, we've got the first coordinate, that is the point of origin, is 0, 0, 0. Yes, this is the first point that we have. And then also we can plot 10, 68, 10 number of passengers, and then total fare is around 68. And then we can obviously plot at the last point that we have of 60 number of passengers, a total fare is around 408. So going to our graph given in the other sheet, and this is going to be our graph, and whereby it's the number of passengers and the total fare collected. So on the vertical axis, we have got number of the runs, and then our horizontal axis, we have got number of passengers. So we try to plot at the first point that we have, which we are given as 0, 0, 0 number of passengers, total fare and rand, we also have 0. So we have our first point here, which is the point of origin. So we are saying this is going to be our first point. So we move on to the second point, which is 10 number of passengers and 68 total fare in rand. So we can start with our 10 is number of passengers. So number of passengers is 10, it's here. And we look on the vertical axis, we have 68. So 68, we know that 60, we have it here. So to find 68 now, we are supposed to go up, whereby now between 60 and 80, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 points. We have got 4 points. We have 4 points represented by 80 minus 60, we've got 20. So 20 is being represented by 4 points. So to get what 1 point is representing, we are now saying 20 divided by 4. So you see that you are going to get your 5. So it means each point is representing 5. So you're saying 65 will come here, 65, and then and if you go there again, you're going to get your 70. So 68 is between 65 and 70, which is in between. So you have our 10 here, we go up, our 60 is here, and you go to 65, so 68 is somewhere in between, just near your 70. So we are saying here, that's where we have our point. So we can indicate it again. So having that point now, we can now try to locate the last point that we are given is 60 is number of passengers. And we know that number of passengers, if you go on the horizontal axis, we've got number of passengers here. And then vertical axis, we've got 408. So 408, we come here again. We see that we have got our 408. We go up, 400 is here. So we go to the end, we see that it's here, where we've got our 400. So our 400, we have it here. So we try to see when we try to go to 408 now. Remember we said every point is representing 5. So we have 400, so 405 is here. So 408 is in between this line and this line, so we put in between here, then we put our 80. So we can now be able to join the points. We can now be able to join the points with a straight line. So we now see that this is our first point, and then second point, then last point, we have it up there. So very simple, as we have our points are now visible, all the 3 points, whereby the first point is here, the second point is here. We can just maybe try to make it more visible here. That's where we've got the second point, first point, second point, and then our third point is here. Then we try to join using a straight line. So this becomes our typical curve that we have after joining the 3 points. And then obviously we go back down to see what we have in terms of the next question. The next question is saying use the graph drawn in question 4.2.2 to determine how many passengers traveled on the bus if the total fare collected was 306. So we try to see 306 runs and try to see what number of passengers can we get. So if you refer there, you'd see that 300 we have it here. That's where we have our 300. Then from there, we go and connect it with what we have for the 305, 300 is here, point that is here. Then we know that after every point we have 5. So we are saying 305 on the next line. So 306, we refer back. We see that it's 306. So 306 is just below 300, just above 305. So we are saying 305, and then 306 is, becomes just above 305. So we are saying it's somewhere here where we have our. In other words, we are saying 305 is here. So 306 just becomes just on top of our 305. So if we go straight where we are having our 306 somewhere on this point, go straight here, go where it is touching our curve. And obviously, from there, you're supposed to go straight down to see the number that we have. So if you go straight there, we see that we have got 40, and between 40 and 50, we have got how many points? We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. 5 points representing 50 minus 40, we've got 10. So it means each point is representing 2. So we say 42. So if you try to see what we have there, so if you go down with the point that we identified here, you go down straight, you see that it's leading us to this point, which is now we are saying this is 40 and each one representing 2. So we're saying 42, 44, and we are saying this one is between this this point and this point. They're saying it's 42, 44, and this becomes 45. Approximately 45. So we are saying we have 45, so we can represent that point as 45. So basically, this is what we have on that one. So moving on to the next part, we are saying give a reason why the driver could collect a total amount of 503 rands, 60 cents on a single trip. Uh, we have the maximum number of passengers that we have is 65 passengers. And we know that as we divided what we got that each passenger's fare is 6.80 rand. So to get the total that can be got on a trip, you're going to say 65 times 6.80 rand. So if you say 65 times 6.80 rand, let's try to see what you get there is the total. You can just try to multiply that one. So you get your total is 442. So it means each trip maximally you can get 442 runs accommodating 65 passengers. Is the maximum number of passengers that can be there, accommodating maximum of 65 passengers. So basically, we are saying if the driver could collect now 503 runs 60 cents, which is more than what 65 passengers, maximum passengers can deliver, it means some of the passengers are dropped during the way, and we've got more passengers that boarded the along the way. So basically, we see that there are drop-offs, and then we've got others getting on the bus. So it becomes possible that we have the total being the total fare in rand being more than what was supposed to be collected with the maximum passengers that can be on that bus. So basically, this is what we have. So on our other section, we are just going to explain it as uh, passengers passengers dropped off passengers dropped off the bus during the journey, and more passengers. So this is the possibility that we have passengers that dropped off the journey and the more passengers got on. So it can be also a possibility. So yes, this is perhaps the last part of the question that we have according to this video. So thank you for listening, and let's meet again in the next video.